What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit my subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for Ready to Love, Season 7, Episode 9. So, this is the episode where, well, the men are in charge, and this is the episode where the men they're going to introduce their top picks to their friend and let their friend sort of evaluate the situation, right? Now, I prefer this over the meet your ex, because I just think that's stupid. I just don't see no purpose in meeting somebody's ex, but okay, that's just me. So the men are in charge this week. I think I said that already. My bad. So we get to the dates because I ain't about to prolong this. We already late with the review, and it wasn't a whole lot here. So let me just go on and get into this. So we start off. We have Andre meeting at his apartment. He meeting with Cynthia, and he's meeting with Jeffrey, and he's meeting with his friend. And so of course, they're asking the questions and everything, and Jeffrey once again reiterates the importance of the fact that she is a single parent, and that's been a very important role, and how she's had to be mommy and daddy, and how stressful that is, and how her past relationships just weren't that great, right? Left her in bad situations. Cynthia is like, listen, I'm intentional in my dating. I'm intentional in decisions that I make. I like this. I like Andre. We have a lot in common. We laugh and we joke, and again, I'm very intentional in what I do. I feel like Cynthia had all the right answers. I feel like Cynthia was, had the, she wowed the best friend, with a couple of her answers. He was like, "Oh my gosh, like, all right, I'm feeling what you're saying." So, because I think was that her, or was that Anthony? I don't remember whether it was Andre or Anthony where she was talking about being the head, allowing the man to be the head of the household or something. I think that might have been Anthony. Anyway, so the best friend liked Cynthia. He felt like Cynthia's answers were more, were just more intentional and more, more specific. But Andre, I feel like, is leaning more towards Jeffrey than he is towards Cynthia. So he was like, I don't know. I have to really think about this a little bit more. And I'm like, no, you don't have to think about it anymore. Your friend just didn't like the person that you like, and that's cool. But again, you gotta listen to what you need to listen to what your friend is telling you. So then, we have, who was next? It wasn't Tony. I think it was Mark Anthony. Well, it's gonna be Mark Anthony now, child. Yeah, it was Mark Anthony. So Mark Anthony had Jeffrey and Mercedes. And again, Mercedes and Mark Anthony, I think, just have a lot more in common. They have a lot, the big thing with Mark Anthony is he doesn't want kids, or he doesn't really want to date a woman with kids. And I really feel like, and I mean, I know we playing a game and it's a show or whatever, but I really feel like that should have eliminated y'all from even connecting, because you don't want no daggone kids. You're not trying to, that's not what you want. That's not where you are in your life right now. So, it's no need in playing this game with Jeffrey. And again, Jeffrey is very clear about the fact that she has kids and that's her top priority, which it should be, right? And then of course Mercedes is a lot more of, let's go. I'm ready to move at a moment's notice, and this is where I am. And I think Mark Anthony and Mercedes like each other. I think there's more of a connection there than him and Jeffrey. I think him and Jeffrey are just holding on to a security blanket in reality. Well, the best friend likes Mercedes more so than Jeffrey for Mark Anthony for a lot of those same reasons. Like, I ain't getting into the whole dialogue, child, so, But, again, it really boils down to Mark Anthony, you don't want to date a woman with kids. Like, that's just really what it boils down to. So then we have Lyndon, his best friend, and Morgan. He only has one top choice, which is Morgan. And, again, they're not on the same page. Morgan, Lyndon has a 5-year plan. Morgan has a 2-year plan. Morgan said, listen, I want to be married in 2 years. Like, your 5-year plan is my 2-year plan, and I don't want to extend it, and you ain't trying to speed it up. So again, why are we here? Why are we here? Lyndon says, well, when I started this process, did I start this process with the anticipation of being married in 2 years? No. Then y'all not on the same page. Then it's not a match. Then you tell your friend about the Nair incident, and Morgan, your answer is stupid. You said that you knew the relationship was over, and so you wanted to go out with a bang. Girl, what? So you made all that man hair fall out because you wanted to go out with a bang? And Lyndon, you don't feel like that's no kind of red flag? His friend told him, baby, he said, so you think that's a red flag? His friend said it's a football field sized red flag. Because, again, it's not so much what she did. It is her reason for doing it. It is the fact that you just felt like things were ending and you wanted to go out with a bang. Listen, I have friends that have done some crazy things at the end of a marriage. I had a best friend. She was a really good, she was best friend. She was a really, really good friend of mine. Long story short, found out her husband was cheating on her. I mean, cheating on her. The long way. They went to their favorite restaurant, and the maitre d' almost called her by the other woman's name, kind of cheating. So one weekend, he was away on business, and she packed up the whole house. She took her stuff, packed up the whole house. They were living in a whole different state, her and her baby at the time. Her daughter was a baby. She packed up the whole house, and she put his stuff in one of the closets. Now they had one of those older houses that had like the little skeleton key doors where you can use the skeleton key to lock the door. So she put all of his stuff, expensive things, all of his, because they was living good, Put it in the closet, locked the closet, and threw the keys. She said, threw the keys out in the yard somewhere. So when he called her, of course, they had the whole, what the hell, what you doing, blah, 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 where's my stuff? She said, it's in the closet. He said, where's the key? She said, I don't know, somewhere in the yard. Now, that's some crazy stuff, but I feel like that's probably a little more warranted. Y'all were married. You were cheating on him. On her. You had a newborn baby out here in them streets. And even then, she didn't do something that couldn't be undone. He could get in the damn closet. It was just inconvenient. But you literally made this man hair fall out. And your reasoning is because I wanted to go out with a bang. I'm not understanding why y'all not running from this woman. Run. Don't walk. I'm confused. Child. Then we have Blake. Blake with his friend and Sue-Ann. Listen, it ain't nothing there. It ain't nothing there. They like each other. Nobody else wants Sue-Ann and nobody else wants Blake. I don't know why the hell they still there, but okay, child. They still there. I don't really feel like it was a big thing with Sue-Ann. The biggest red flag for him is that, she's coming out of a divorce only 2 years ago, and he feels like she, maybe there's some, that there's some, friction there or whatever. That, she isn't 100% over the relationship. So that's really his only concern. Then we have Tony with Morgan and Marcia. And again, Morgan's crazy. She tells him the same thing, that she got her 2-year plan and she ready to get married, and that he, she said, one minute he act like he like my smart mouth and my aggressive attitude, and then the next minute he don't, and I just need to figure it out, and I need to figure out how I need to get on his good side or stay on the good side with him. And I was like, I don't know, y'all. I'm just feeling like maybe I'm just like, I think we're at the point in the process where it's no more fluff, and so either you feeling somebody or you're not feeling them. Either you think it's a match or it's not a match. And again, I feel like Blake and Sue-Ann, whether it's going to work or not, y'all the only two that's interested in the other one. So, girl, have at it, okay? You see something in him. Marcia and Tony, y'all just go be crazy together. Because I feel like both of y'all got some issue with y'all, okay? So, the friend was like, Marcia, you was everybody homegirl. I don't remember what the friend said. I think the friend might have said, I don't think the friend gave Tony a definitive. I think he was like, well, this person had this qualities, this person had these qualities. And Tony was like, well, you ain't really helped me. And he was like, I ain't supposed to help you. Like, I'm supposed to just give you give you some insight, and then you come up with the best answer yourself. Last but not least, we have Anthony. And again, I like Anthony, and I really do like Anthony. I think he's going to make somebody a really good man. But I don't think Anthony's woman is here. You know why? Because we are on episode 9, and you still got 3 top people. And you won't tell nobody who the top is. Now, honestly, I really don't think Sue-Ann is the top. I think Sue-Ann is just around as, like, again, an insurance blanket. I think you really do like Cynthia, but I think Cynthia threw you off a little bit when she kind of checked you about being intentional and how you're not really letting yourself, being clear with your intentions. So the first person was with Cynthia and his good friend. She liked Cynthia the best, and again, Cynthia was good with her answers, about children and blended families and letting a man lead and allowing a man to be in charge and all of that. I was like, she's saying all the right things. Then Mercedes just don't want. Listen, Mercedes is not the answer. She's not a match. Let it go, Anthony. She doesn't want to date a man with children. She doesn't want to date a man with children. And Suanne is stuck on, well, he won't tell me if I'm his top. I don't know where I stand with him. I don't even know if he likes me or not. And he was like, girl, I like you. Why we keep having this conversation over and over again? Girl, I like you. I understand why we keep doing this. Girl, I like you. So they get into the lounge and they recap everything with Tommy, And again, we're at this point now where everybody has their picks. And it's really going to come down to who gets the least amount of votes, because I feel like there's a few women in the room that I don't feel like anybody's really connecting with. I feel like Marcia is going to is at the bottom. I feel like Mercedes is at the bottom. And I feel like everybody else has enough of a pick that is getting ready to come down to, the bare necessities. So the bottoms are Marcia and Suanne, which isn't surprising because again, Suanne has sort of put all of her eggs in one basket, which is the Blake basket, and Blake is only one person, one voice in that room. So when it came down to the dates, Mark Anthony took Marcia out on a date, and I don't remember who took Suanne out on a date. I don't remember. But basically, they were letting, Mark Anthony let Marcia know that, you became everybody's homegirl. And that, that, like, the thing that everybody liked about you was the thing that sort of put you at the bottom, because we like the fact that you cool and you everybody's homegirl and all of that. But the flip side of that is there was no romantic there. Like, nobody felt romance. And so that sort of kind of was what kind of did it in. And she said, I get it. I could dig it, and that's cool. And I walk away with what I learned and, take it into the next thing. So that was last week's episode. We're going to get caught up. The next week, the next episode, they're going on their away trip, child. And it looks like some things that went down. We saw it in the trailer for the preview. So we finally at that episode. So we'll get to that. And I'll let y'all know how I think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.